All right, so this is going to be a model of the brainstem, and it starts actually up with the diencephalon, and this is the anterior view. So we're going to start kind of looking at the top, and this is actually going to be the corpus callosum. So this is going to be the tracts of white matter that are running from one hemisphere to the next. And these little openings in here that you can see are actually going to be the lateral ventricles here, and then this part is the septum pellucidum, which is the area that separates the two lateral ventricles. And then these two big areas up here are going to be the thalamus. We don't need to know too much about the different nuclei within the thalamus. All right, so as we move down, we can see that this is going to be our optic nerve right here. This is the optic chiasm. And the optic nerves come back from each eye. They cross at that optic chiasm, and then they continue down back to the brain as the optic tract. Right under here is going to be the infundibulum, so the pituitary gland would be attached right here. And then these two little guys right here are going to be the mammillary bodies. So this part in here is going to be the midbrain. And then we have the pons over here. It's in this sort of darker pink color. And then down here we have the medulla oblongata. And then along the front of the medulla oblongata we have the pyramids. And then this little sort of shaded area, this is going to be the decussation of the pyramids. This is where a lot of your motor tracts are going to cross over, right? Because remember that the left side of your brain controls the right side of the body, and your right side of the brain controls the left side of the body. Now the next thing I kind of want to look at are some of the cranial nerves. And so if we had the front part of the brain, we would be able to see the olfactory nerve and the olfactory bulb, but we don't. So we're going to start here with cranial nerve 2, which is the optic nerve. And then we've got cranial nerve 3 here, which is the oculomotor nerve. Cranial nerve 4 is going to come around from the back. This is going to be the trochlear nerve. Cranial nerve 5 is this big guy over here, the trigeminal nerve. Then we're going to move to the front, which is cranial nerve 6, the abducens. As we go through here, cranial nerve 7, the facial. Cranial nerve 8, which is the vestibulocochlear nerve. Cranial nerve 9, which is the glossopharyngeal. Cranial nerve 10, which is the vagus nerve, which is a really big one. Then we have cranial nerve 11 kind of coming down through here, which is the accessory or spinal accessory nerve. And then 12 is going to be kind of these little guys coming through here, which is the hypoglossal nerve. Now, if we look at the back, we can see once again that we have the corpus callosum at the top. We've got the lateral ventricles and the septum pellucidum. There is a lot of information back here. This is showing you where all like the nuclei of the cranial nerves come from, and you guys don't need to know that for this class right now, but some things you do need to know. So this part here, this is the midbrain, and then the back of this we've got, so this is the pineal gland. Remember, this is part of the diencephalon. It's part of the epithalamus, so this is the pineal gland. Then if we move down, we have the tectal plate. So this is the superior colliculus and the inferior colliculus. This is going to be part of the midbrain. Then down here, the pink part of the pons, and then this part back down here is going to be the medulla oblongata.